everyone. This is me,
Yeah.
Sumani. I'm the program lead of Unlimited Ventures. So I would like to welcome you all in She Loves Tech Nepal 2020. So this
Hi.
is an online competition that we are going to do this year. So I would like to welcome our lovely startups and our wonderful juries and the audience. I hope they will be kicking in a while. So I would like to do a brief intro about Unlimited Ventures and what it's all about. So Unlimited Ventures, we have been running, it's more than about like 6 years. We have been supporting the various entrepreneurship programs in Nepal, supporting the entrepreneurship ecosystem here in Nepal. So entrepreneurship is a major asset now to kick in with the economy of our country as well. So we have been conducting various kind of global pitch competitions. This is the second year of us with She Loves Tech. Last year we had Sonika Manandar from Alloyd as our winner. So let's see who kicks in this time. And without further delay, I would like to introduce our lovely judges, Tenzin ji from Team Ventures. So I would like to do a little short intro from his side to all of you.
Hello everyone. Thank you Sumani for the introduction. So my name is Tenzin. I am the CEO of a company here in Kathmandu called Team Ventures. We've been operating here for now around 4 years now. This is our 4th year running, and basically we are a local, I guess we can describe it as an investment holding company. We do different investments in the form of long-term, short-term, private equity, venture financing, and so forth. In the last probably in 3+ years, we've probably done 10 to 12 different investments in different businesses and sectors, such as startups, food technology, real estate, property development, merchant banking, stock markets. Now we're getting into things such as electric vehicles, agro, and so on. Constantly trying to diversify our portfolio. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to hear the presentations today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tenzin, for your wonderful presentation. And one of our juries is our co-founder from She Loves Tech as well. So welcome, Leanne. So I'd like to give a little intro from your side. I would want that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sumani. We're so pleased to do this with you for the second year. My name is Leanne Robes. I am the co-founder of She Loves Tech. She Loves Tech is now the world's largest startup competition for women in technology, and I'll speak about that a little bit later. But for myself, She Loves Tech is my 4th company that I've co-founded. I co-founded 2 other tech companies and 1 real estate and hospitality company. So I've been in entrepreneurship for a while. I do a lot of mentorship. So I'm a lead mentor for Facebook for the Accelerator program. I also am a lead mentor for the Singapore Tourism Board Tech Accelerator. I am an Obama leader, and I'm also an honorary Microsoft regional director. So I advise Microsoft on topics related to tech and entrepreneurship. Very, very pleased. So excited to see the startups today. And we're just so happy to really be part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leanne, for a wonderful introduction. Now we have our Sarita ji as another jury member. So I'd like her to do an intro.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarita Neupane. I'm a program coordinator at Padmashree International College. It's really a pleasure to meet you all, and I wish you all our startups all the best. And I'm really excited to look forward listening their presentation and what they have to share with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarita ji. So it's been a long process that we have going through. It's been months that we have been doing with the application process and for the startups as well. So I hope you guys do well and all the best. So without further delay, I would request one by one the startups to come in as per their name, and we will be sharing our screen for the pictures. So first we have
Hi,
Nepal
Sumani,
Paytime.
sorry. Is it okay if I just also give an introduction for She Loves Tech and
Oh,
share
sorry.
some of our videos?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Definitely.
great. Sorry to interrupt you. So as we mentioned earlier, thank you so much, Sumani and your team and Limited. This is the second year that She Loves Tech is in Nepal. We started She Loves Tech in 2015. So actually, this is now our 6th year of doing She Loves Tech. And I thought that many of you may not be as familiar with She Loves Tech. So I thought that I'll speak to you just for a couple of minutes more about She Loves Tech and about what we do and what there is to be expected as well for the startup, so they understand like what part, the greater part of what She Loves Tech and the greater picture. Okay, let me just share my screen very quickly. Okay, great. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, let me just go all the way to the beginning. So She Loves Tech, as I mentioned, is now the world's largest startup competition for women in technology. And we strongly believe that without women, we're unable to solve some of the world's largest, greatest challenges. We've been around for the last 6 years, and we really aim to help entrepreneurs to take their business to the next level. And we really want to be involved in their journey. So what we do for startups is we really create this global ecosystem for women technology. But through our different programs, we also champion the best entrepreneurs through our education, through our mentorship, and we scale really great and transformative technology to help solve some of the world's greatest challenges. So to this date, we are, She Loves Tech today is in over 30 international countries, Nepal being one of them. We have thousands of startups that have come through She Loves Tech doors. And now actually our startups have raised more than 150 million USD in funding. And we've had more than 1 billion media impressions. So these are some of the countries that we are in, Nepal being one of them, and we're just so excited to be doing this again with Unlimited. So thank you so much. And I would just like to just show you very, very quickly a video taken from our last year conference, so that you can get a greater scale of what our conference looks like. So Nepal is 1 out of 30 countries that we are in. So we're doing the the local finals for Nepal. And what happens is that each country then will have a representative to represent the country as their winner, to then compete on a global stage. So you would imagine all the countries that we're in has a global winner. And last year we had Sonica from Alloy Technologies, who is so fantastic and has won so many awards. And she's just such a wonderful person. And you would be able to see her later in this video. But yes, so would love to show this video. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to She Loves Tech 2019. You are now a part of the largest women in tech startup competition in the world.
Over 80% of our 70,000 teachers are female, and I just feel fortunate that I'm working with them every day. Today, they are working on this innovative technology platform. The moms, now they feel so happy with this global teaching service that they're able to obtain on a VIP Kid platform.
在很多女性的创业者身上看到很多的闪光的地方。这是不是一个好的创业者，跟他其实是男性女性没有关系，也不要去贴这样的标签。每个时代都会有自己的创业公司啊，只不过它用不同的形式在存在。其实今天只需要你不光是有自己一个 truly believe 的想法，有一个 vision， 你还得有 step by step 每件事情都做到对的这样的一个执行力。
Great. So just gives you a little bit of snippets of what is to come. We're so excited. We're going to have our international conference as part of this global startup competition, where the winner of Nepal will be pitching on a global stage. And we have some of the biggest names coming to speak at our conference. So we're so excited for that. This year will be 100% virtual. So meaning that this year, for first time, wherever you are in the world, you can tune in and cheer Nepal on. So we're so excited. Okay, back to you, Sumani.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for such a wonderful presentation. I hope all the startups are really excited about this, and to our juries
Sumani?
and every audience. Yes?
Sumani, hi.
Hi.
Hold on, are you guys hearing something? Or no? No, is it?
No.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I hope you guys really like the video, and I hope everyone got a little glimpse of what She Loves Tech is all about. So all of the startups will be pitching today to represent the She Loves Tech Global. So they will be competing globally afterwards for 15,000 USD, that is equity fee, cash prizes, and many more. So we will also be doing an intro video of our company that will be a little later part. Without further delay, I would request Nepal Paytime, which is Malika Patrai. We will be looking at her pitch. We have a pre-recorded version for every videos, and then we will be having a Q&A session followed by. So let's welcome all Malika on board, and we will be watching her video. So stay tuned.
Hello everyone, and good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Malika Patrai, the Chief Operating Officer of Nepal Paytime. I've been working in the technology sector for 4 years now, and for 3 years in the fintech sector. And now this is my pitch deck. How many of us knew about our family incomes as we grew up? For something as important as money that determines the quality of our lives, we surely lack proper guidance, training, and education in this matter. Hello and namaste. I'm Malika Patrai, the Chief Operating Officer of Nepal Paytime Private Limited. Nepal Paytime is a fintech company that has been licensed by Nepal Rashtra Bank, the Central Bank of Nepal, to operate as payment service provider. The company was established with a vision of providing financial inclusivity and literacy for all Nepalese, and a mission to leverage technology in order to make financial services accessible all over Nepal. Now, when we look at the problem, as per the data from World Bank, 4 in 10 people are still said to be outside the coverage of formal banking channels, taking low financial literacy and inadequate financial awareness as the major factors. The lack of proper access to financial services causes persistent income inequality and slower economic growth. With 81% of population still living in rural areas, digital wallets can be a more practical approach to making financial services accessible to all areas of Nepal. Paytime Digital Wallet provides digital financial services, internet mobile banking facilities, which is accessible in remote areas, and incentive-based financial literacy training materials that provide different levels of training, get people familiar with the financial language, and understand proper money management. The trainings will include budgeting, saving, preparing a cushion amount for financial emergencies, investing, debt, financial planning and retirement, insurance, and how they can make use of our platform to gain access to various financial services from anywhere, or even use our platform as merchants to increase their business reach. Digital wallets are practical only if smartphone and internet services are available. The solution is supported by increasing mobile penetration rate, which is currently greater than 100%, declining charge of data per unit, development of high-speed internet penetration of 50%, and growing physical infrastructure. Having access to these resources can increase our GDP and can include underbanked population like SMEs, women, and population at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, talking about the traction, our current ecosystem consists of banking and financial institutions, various online and offline vendors who are also known as merchants, agents, and customers. We already have 31 plus banking and financial institutions in our network, which is still expanding. Our platform caters to two types of users, customers and merchants. We already have a platform that provides bank transfers, utility payments, merchant payments, wallet-to-wallet transfer, offline payment through SMS mode, mobile top-up, and QR payment. We are still in the development phase and already have an organic user base of 500 plus customers and 500 plus agents without marketing or advertisement. And we expect a growth of user base by 196% in the upcoming year. Our team consists of highly talented individuals from diversified fields. We have Mr. Thakur Prasad Adhikari as financial consultant, Mr. Fatiklam Sarma as marketing director, and Mr. Rostam Khambu as senior IT consultant, and we have myself as chief operating officer. Now, talking about the business model, for revenue stream, we have commission on each transaction, including top-up, bill payment, merchant payments. We have charge on product listing to the merchants, and we charge on cash withdrawal to bank accounts. But we offer free money transfers to and from the wallet. When we look at the market opportunity, we have total mobile internet users as total available market, payment gateway users as serviceable available market, regular users as serviceable obtainable market. And about competition, our competitors are all the digital wallets who are also licensed by Nepal Bank to work as a payment service provider, and especially Khalti, who have Smart Chori program, which is targeted to women, which offers guided video lessons on how they can use their banking and other services in their application. Our competitive advantage is that we'll be providing a complete digital financial solution, including basic wallet and functionalities, along with resources for digital financial literacy. Now, for milestone, we have divided our plan into phase 1 and phase 2. For phase 1, we have a full-phase application with digital financial services, along with training materials in the areas mentioned earlier. In phase 2, we have development of additional training materials for SMEs and entrepreneurs, and platform to connect this business and entrepreneurs to VCs. Now, for growth projection, with some hiccups in the initial years due to marketing cost and other indirect costs, we expect very less in terms of revenue. But once everything is optimized and efficient operation takes place, we expect our profit to grow along with the steep rise in the user base. We have a vision of reaching 1 million users by 2025 with a compound annual growth rate of 196% in user base and compound annual growth rate of 59% in our profit from the current year. As fund, we will be needing $88,000 for completion of the first phase. Now, I'd like to end by saying this quote. Well, it is true that money can't buy happiness. Good money management can make a big difference in people's lives and therefore their happiness, especially over time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Malika. That was a really wonderful presentation. And I would like to request Tenzin, Leanne, and Sarita ji one by one to ask if there are any queries from your side. So Tenzin, over to you.
Sure, thank you, Sumani. So first of all, Malika, a very nice presentation. Good job to you. Yeah, it was really good. You covered a lot in just a couple of minutes. I was almost trying to keep up. There's so much to digest there, but overall, a very nice presentation. My question to you is particularly in the context of Nepal. fintech and things like this is already a huge global phenomenon, and one can argue that in due course of time it will be so in Nepal. But given kind of where the market is now, as you pointed out, some of the problems, low financial literacy. People like all of us who live here in Nepal know that our tech infrastructure is really poor. Once you move away from core cities like Kathmandu, which is 80-90% of Nepal, outside of Kathmandu, digital infrastructure and services are extremely poor. And as you rightfully pointed out, financial literacy is also extremely poor. So kind of given that context now, which is the current reality, how do you plan to get people on board and attracted to your platform? The reason I ask that is because there are, companies here, you pointed out some of the competition that have done reasonably successful, especially in the urban areas, right? As far as I know, they've not, or they've had serious challenges in terms of going to semi-rural to rural areas, which is actually 80-90% of Nepal's population, right? So kind of what is your plan for addressing quote unquote the real market, which is because that is where the real financial literacy challenges are, right? Outside of the city, where people have lower literacy levels, less access to technology and so on. So how do you actually plan to tap into, in my opinion, what is the real market?
Okay, so actually what happened is that since we got on board with the agents that we have as of now, since they are already working in a telecommunication sector, they are finding it difficult to use this kind of financial services. So I was so we had this thing, if people working in this sector are having some difficulties using these kind of services, maybe it was the main issue was financial literacy, because we do not quite have a basic financial literacy program in the early period of our life, which is a kind of basic requirement, if I may say so. So what we thought was the main problem is financial literacy. So maybe we could start off by building good financial habits and empowering people with actually the knowledge first before actually providing them the services. So this platform would be to provide necessary knowledge regarding, like I have already mentioned, saving, budgeting, how to save money, how to grow the money, and how they can protect the money. So when they will have some kind of knowledge about how they can manage their finances, then they can move on to use this kind of platform to grow their business, to have some kind of access to these kind of financial platforms.
I have thank you so much, Malika, for a wonderful presentation. I love what you say at the end, that because what I see as well, that we emphasize a lot of inequality being the pay gap, but it's actually really the wealth gap, right? So how do we use financial tools like this to be able to really equalize the wealth gap, right, and give opportunities to people at that bottom of the pyramid? So my question is around what the traction that you've already done. So you said that you had 31 over partners for banking institutions, right?
Yes.
And 500 over customers. What are these customers? Maybe you could describe a little bit about how you're working with these institutions. And then secondly, these 500 over customers, are they, the education piece that you just talked about? Are they in the e-wallet? What is the Nepal Paytime doing for them?
So currently what we have is we have a platform to access these kind of financial services. We do not have the knowledge part of it yet because we are still building on it. So what the customers are currently doing is they are using banking and financial services, they are using merchant payment services, and they are basically doing the financial services part as of now.
Okay, Malika, thank you for the wonderful presentation, and I really liked it. The country like ours, we really need cashless wallets. And the situation like this, in pandemic situation where we can't even move from our home, we need to pay everything, all the bills, education bill, fees, and everything over the internet. But having saying that, in our country, as you know, like our Tenzin sir also asked the question regarding this. Lots of population are in rural area where you cannot even see the internet access, and without internet access, the wallet like yours is almost impossible, right? So, okay, how can you? What is your plan for them? How can you assure that the people who are living in rural area can access your wallet? What is your plan? Because as being in academic institutions, when we were trying to connect our students for online classes or examinations, they are complaining that even the mobile data is not working. They need to walk for half an hour or 1 hour far away from their home to get access to the data package. So how this type of wallets will work in our country, basically in rural areas where internet access is really bad?
Like you asked about the plan. So what we have is first in the first phase, what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a program that we understand is necessary for everyone actually. And then on the second phase, where we will be addressing the rural areas issue, because once we know what we can do, once we know the impact we can create, we could also lobby with the telecommunication sectors to provide these kind of facilities in the areas that are lagging them. So that is
Okay.
what.
Okay, one more questions. Like there are already wallets, like online payment wallets already there, like Iseva and Kalti and all that. And they are saying that only 3% of population is accessing like wallets at the moment. Maybe during this lockdown, the percentage was raised. But how can you compete with them, and what's your plan? How can you assure that your wallet will be better than theirs, so that people will get into it, you know?
Yeah. So the thing is, like you said, only 3% have been covered. So we need each other to actually make these kind of services available to everyone. So as many, like not as many, but all of these wallets that are present here can actually cover different sectors. Like they could focus on different sectors. What we are doing is we are trying to take a holistic approach to financial literacy. So this will be our strength, and we will be focusing on this. So before making these kind of services available, people should actually know how to use them. So the precursor to what to using our services is providing them the required education that we actually should have got during our like primary school or during a earlier stage of our life, you know. So what we're trying to do is actually first create a program, and then the people will be able to use not just our wallet, but all other wallets present in the market. So what
Okay,
okay,
okay, thank you.
Thank you, juries. I guess that's all Q&A that you have from your side. Thank you, Malika, for a wonderful presentation and the session. Now, I would like to request Pat to go to be on board. So they have two of them. We have Jesselina and Subhangi as well. So both of them will be answering the Q&A likewise, and their pictures will be shown now. So just a moment.
Namaste, everyone. Hello. My name is Jesselina Rana. I'm one of the co-founders of Pad2Go. Like Sumaniji mentioned, I have my other co-founder Shubhangi also here with me. Both of us have pitched, and we hope to explain our pitch and our venture to you. Additionally, I'm also a human rights lawyer, and Shubhangi is a civil engineer here in Nepal, and we hope you like our pitch. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Shubhangi and Jaslina from Pad2Go, Nepal. From a very young age, we were made to believe that our menstrual cycle made us impure and could only be talked about behind closed doors. Even at our homes, we are referred to as natsune during our periods, which in English directly translates to a state of being untouchable. From not being allowed to enter the kitchen or the temple to being kept outside in cow sheds during our periods, 83% of menstruating individuals face some form of restriction during our periods, which negatively impacts our dignity, education, health and sanitation, and social participation. And this is where Pad2Go comes in. Pad2Go promotes menstrual health in a holistic manner by implementing a threefold approach. Number one, we provide sanitary napkin vending machines in various parts of the country, and the pads that you do vend out from the machines are cheaper than market rate. Number two, we conduct awareness and interactive sessions with both boys and girls of Nepal. In Nepal, being a patriarchal society, it is imperative to include men in these discussions and normalize discussions around menstrual health. Number three, being a social enterprise, 10% profit from each machine and 100% profit from all the pads are used to construct toilets in rural parts of Nepal. Hence, our customers range from schools and colleges to private companies and public companies and the government of Nepal. So in a span of 2 years, we have been able to install 135 machines in 6 out of 7 provinces of Nepal. One machine sustains a minimum of 250 menstruating individuals, and 135 machines are sustaining 33,750. In a span of 2 years, we have also been able to conduct workshops with 54,000 students all over the country. Hence, with our minimum viable product, we have been able to introduce a new and innovative technology to tackle age-old taboos in Nepal. We have also been able to provide pads at a very affordable as well as an accessible way in order to create more awareness. Also, in the rural parts of Nepal, there has been a decrease in the dropout rate of girls from schools. Hence, with the profit that we do generate from our machines as well as from our pads, we use it for our social impact, and the revenue is also used to run the company.
In a short span of 2 years, Pad2Go has gone from being just a concept to a financially sustainable business. We've worked with over 50,000 students and are currently lobbying to remove tax from period products in Nepal. By 2022, we would like to become an environmentally sustainable business, and investors, this is where we need your help. Pad2Go wants to roll out their own line of biodegradable pads. In Nepal, there are 10 million menstruating individuals, 4 million of whom have access to pads, sanitary pads, disposable pads made out of plastic. These plastic-based pads create tons and tons of waste each year. 1,535 tons of waste is generated each year by these pads. This amount of waste is enough to cover 1,650 football fields. So investors, help us make sure that Nepal moves towards a more sustainable menstrual health approach. So what is the market opportunity for biodegradable pads? Considering the similarity in terms of challenges in access and environmental consequences across South Asia, 887 million individuals are our total addressable market. In Nepal, there are 10 million individuals available in the market, and 4 million of whom are right now our obtainable market size. In order to make plastic-free periods a reality, we are raising $23,000 US. This would help us establish our own manufacturing unit and roll out Pad2Go's own line of biodegradable pads. So what is the growth projection like? Our growth projections looks very positive just through our own minimum viable product, which is our vending machines. By 2022, we will be establishing 555 machines across the country, and through just our machines each year we will be able to sell 260,000 pads. Imagine the number of pads we would be able to sell from every retail shop. So why invest in biodegradable pads right now? Investors, the competition market is the correct time to invest in these products right now. We have only 2 competitors, PSafe and Neupane. PSafe's pads are extremely expensive and not available to the public. Neupane, however, has pads which are not available in retail shops. We have the competitive advantage of being lower priced, better quality, and with our brand value of being a social impact business, we would be able to garner more traction towards these biodegradable pads. If you believe in us and invest in our product, it is not just me and Shubhangi who will be working towards making all our dreams a reality, but additionally, you'll be helping ensure youth employment of our young employed volunteers and interns as well. So come invest in us, come help us, because Pad2Go is not just a business, we are a movement, and with your help, we could become a revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Thank you. It was a really wonderful presentation. I would like to just a small reminder for the jury. We will not be exceeding more than 5 minutes for the Q&A. So just keep it a little short. So over to you, Leanne.
Oh, thank you so much for the great presentation. This is such an important topic, and I'm really glad that you are addressing this. So a few things, right? Have you, because you've made so much inroads into having this, has there been any stigma, for example, for these women to go to a vending machine to be able to get pads? Because I would imagine that I know in other countries already going to a supermarket, right, and being seen in the aisle of a supermarket for feminine products is already quite a stigma. So how has that been, and has there been any education that your team has done?
Thank you so much, Leanne, for the question. So interestingly enough, when we did place the vending machines in the schools, what we saw initially was that there was actually, like you said, a stigma to ask the teachers or ask the administrator for a pad to use it during the school time. And this was something very interesting for us because, you know, there are a lot of schools who have pads donated to them. But one, there's no clarity of who has the pads. And second, there is already a stigma to go ask your teacher or supervisor for the pad. So what we've actually done is that even in rural Nepal and even in Kathmandu, in urban places like Kathmandu, we make sure that the vending machine is placed either inside the female toilet, or if there's a gender-friendly toilet, it is placed outside, so that it's not a stigma to actually go use the machine, and you can do it in terms of your own convenience, and if you like privacy, you can do it in your own private space as well. So that has been really interesting. And one more thing that we've realized, as I mentioned earlier also, was that even though there are a lot of pads donated to schools in rural Nepal, the machine is actually helping bring forth some form of transparency, because now when the female student is actually going to the toilet and seeing that the pad is not there in the machine, they can request their class monitor or they can request the administrator to refill the machine. And this has brought about both transparency and, like you said, it has lowered down the stigma to actually go and get access to a pad as well. Thank you.
So Tenzin.
So Shivangi and Jessalina, very nice presentation. So great job done by you guys. My question is, you've done a lot of good work so far. My question is more on the growth and scalability. So how do you take a novel idea like yours, which is, as you rightfully pointed out, almost a movement? How do you take it and make it to some extent more commercial, right? Not with a pure profit motive, but in order to scale, the commercial aspect would be really important. So how do you take a kind of social enterprise model and to try to add more kind of retail specific components so that you can scale your products to women across Nepal? Have you guys looked at the commercial side of this? How would women in cities respond to your products? What would be your distribution channels and things like that?
Thank you so much, Tenzin ji, for the question. So as according to the pitch, the only way we are showing how we are going to provide the sanitary napkins are through our vending machines. So through our vending machines itself, there is such a huge growth because the market for the vending machine itself is very low in Nepal, and due to the whole coronavirus situation, we have not been able to reach the potential, but we will be hopefully once this dies down. And again, we're also planning to go through retail. So we'll be going to pharmacies, we'll be going to supermarkets and also online portals. And also something very interesting about biodegradable pads is it's not only safe for the environment, but also safe for ourselves, because, you know, with the whole menstrual cups and tampons also coming into the picture, there are a lot of stigmas and taboos around it. So we are hoping that, you know, with the biodegradable pads, even people in the rural area can use it and also save the environment. So that's the way we're planning to go ahead with it. And hopefully we'll also have a retail so we've also spoken to a few companies and a few retail shops and pharmacies, and we've done a small market research as such, just in order to understand as to, you know, what kind of pad is required, what sizes are more used by the clients and everything. And we've got a really good
idea of it. That's the only reason that, you know, right now we would really require some funding, because the amount of funding that we do have is not actually enough to make our own pads here, but we can import them from India. But then again, in order to increase the local empowerment, we would really like to actually have our own manufacturing company here. Thank you, Tenzin ji. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
Sarita ji.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentations and great initiation. And this is really a great topics in terms of in our country. But my question is, like, how are you planning to reach those women who are living in rural areas, who even doesn't know how to use those machines, and how can they access your product?
Thank you so much, Sarita ji, for the question. So initially, when Shubhangi and I started with Pad2Go, we always had this vision that menstrual health and the challenges that are posed by women and menstruating individuals in Nepal is definitely not just urban or an issue that happens across the country. So we always had a vision that we wanted to reach rural areas as well. Fortunately, we've had the opportunity to install vending machines across Nepal in both rural and urban places, and maximum of our vending machines are actually in rural areas where we go through partner organizations to place these machines. We also have a training manual that when we do go to schools or parts of rural Nepal to place these machines, we have a training manual and which helps the person who is going to go install the machine be trained to explain how the machine works. Additionally, we also provide videos on our to conduct the training wants to show a video of the machine, they can also do that, or prior to the machine being taken. Third, we also ensure that the person who is providing the training, as we mentioned, we work with students to ensure destigmatization of conversation around menstruation. They actually explain how these machines are worked. And the advantage that we have in terms of our machine is that they are adaptable to both rural and urban Nepal. They do not require battery or electricity. They only require the token that is customized to the machine, and the tokens we give to students in schools and colleges in each class, and the monitor gives these tokens out when require battery or electricity. They are placed in any type of toilet facility and are available to be adaptable to both rural and urban Nepal. So we ensure that before the machine is placed in any school, we give a thorough understanding is working, and we also teach the students and the teachers of how the mechanics of the machines work. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesselina. So thank you for the wonderful presentation and the Q&A session for the juries. Without further delay, I would like to invite now Charmaine, that is Skilltruck, on board. So hi, Charmaine.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sharmin Roff. I've been working as a HR professional currently. And because I faced a problem during a lockdown of not having a proper freelancer platform where I could make some income, I came up with a solution. I hope you'll enjoy my presentation.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sharmin Roff and I'll be presenting my company, Skilltruck, hire freelancers in Nepal at your budget. Do you know that Nepal is among the top country to send its skilled workforce around the world? In fact, 25% of our GDP, 7.5 billion, is contributed by remittance sent by these skilled workforce. But as COVID happened, 69,000 people have already returned and more are coming. And 62% of the population is vulnerable to job security in Nepal market itself. So what's the problem? Well, working pattern is shifting without any proper Nepal-based platform. Even if Nepalese platform are rising, there's always concern of payment safety and security. And in the international platform, well, Nepal government has restricted international payment gateway to operate in Nepal, making it even costly for freelancers working in international platform. So Skilltruck is the first ever proper freelancer platform in Nepal for freelancers and employers. While we ensure safe and secure payment system, we also take care of ease of receiving payment from international employers. So is Nepal market ready?
Well, see for yourself, 12,000 are registered in freelancer.com, 2,000 are registered in Upwork, and 10,000 are registered in TrueLancer. While TrueLancer acquired 90% of the market in past 2 to 3 months, few of the freelancers are making more than $100,000 a year in freelancer.com. Now, let me talk about the team. Namaste, my name is Sharmin Roff and I am the founder of Skilltruck, an MBA graduate from Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. I've been working as a recruitment specialist in Nepal market for the past 2 years and a freelancer myself for more than 10 years. My co-founder for the company is also the managing director of Talent Connects, an HR company in Nepal, who has 95% job placement success rate. Along with him, we have a dream IT team who made this dream possible in the first place. Together, we are stepping into the market of $130 million, while the serviceable available market is $100 million. Skilltruck has a share of market of 3%. I'm sure you're curious about the product. Well, when employers and freelancers sign in, they both get their each individual dashboard. It is as easy as a 5-step process for an employer. Post a job, receive bids from the freelancers, select the freelancer of your choice, then set milestone for the freelancer while making the payment and receive the task when completed. For freelancer, it is even more easier. All they need to do is post their bid in the task they want to perform, receive offer from the employer, complete the task and submit it. And once the employer approves the task, they can take their payment. For this, Skilltruck charges 10% commission from the freelancers and 3% fee from the employers. Our average fee is as low as $1. And we project our revenue by 2024 to be $10 million. We are not without competition though. Our international competitors are Upwork, Freelancer, TrueLancer. However, these platforms are restricted in Nepal due to the payment restrictions. And it makes it very expensive for freelancers, Nepalese freelancers. So Skilltruck can tackle those issues, making it more cost effective and ease of payment. In local market, we have rolling plans, Mero Job, online cam, which are only collecting databases so far, and most of their work is manual. So we claim the first mover position in the market. We are the first proper local platform. We have pioneered the escrow system as there were no local escrow system available to make the payment safe and secure. We have a compliance team that ensures a proper dispute resolution. Then we have an advanced filter feature which helps freelancer and employer to fish out their requirement as specific as it can get, and we make payment easy. And for all these fabulous features, we are only asking for $100,000 in financing to reach our target of 400,000 transactions on Skilltruck in 12 months, while our projected revenue is 400,000 over the 12 months period. We will use this fund to build mobile application in iOS and Android, ramp up our technology, ramp up our hiring, broaden our marketing and content creation, and workplace rent and asset purchases. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarmin, for your wonderful presentation. Now I would like to request the juries to go on with the questions.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for a great presentation, really great energy level, and so it's such a clear presentation. I have a couple of questions. I'll keep mine short. So you said, because freelancer, a lot of the competitors that you have named, right, freelancer, they are huge existing companies, right? And you said that they have payment restrictions, which is the reason why there is a limitation to use them in Nepal. Could you tell me more about that, about these payment restrictions and why it's so limiting?
So yes, thank you for the question, Leanne. Nepal, the Central Bank of Nepal, Nepal Rashtra Bank, allows international payment to enter Nepal. But however, when they need to send back the money, that is not allowed until unless there's a strong business proof for people. And for individuals who are only working as freelancers, if any dispute were to arise, giving back the payment is a bit difficult. However, when they sign up for Upwork, a freelancer and Truelancer, they receive the money in Payoneer or PayPal. And when they need to bring it here, because we do not operate PayPal and Payoneer in Nepal currently, they need to pay extra transaction fee. There's already a processing fee that they need to pay. But after that, when they want to bring the money back home, they need to pay extra to, say, for one transaction, if they have a USD account in Nepal, then they are paying around $10, which is 1,000 rupees. So for every transaction, they are paying $10. So if there are 5 milestones set and 5 times payment, then imagine they are paying $50 for one particular task. Usually the freelancing task is much less, they earn much less. Even the quoting rate of Nepali freelancers is much less. That is why freelancer are acquiring Nepali freelancers in the first place.
So just thank you for that. So just a follow-on question, which is then your solution is to create a localized escrow service. Is that correct? And so if it's a localized escrow service, you're going to take money from all over the world. And how are you going to, in that sense, be able to create one that people trust, right? Because like what you've said, whether it's PayPal, these are names that people trust a lot. To be able to send it to, in that sense, an unknown escrow service may give people a little bit of uncertainty. So how would you overcome that uncertainty?
So yes, so we have tied up with a local payment gateway called Connect IPS. Connect IPS is governed by the government because it is built in the first place from Nepal Clearing House. So we have already tied up with them. So they are our main primary payment partner. So we will be using this escrow system with their API, and with this we also have Nepal's top payment gateway like eSeva and Khalti working with us.
Over to you, Tenzin.
Thank you, Sarnin, for the wonderful presentation. I think very innovative product. I think I understand your product in the market you're trying to address. What I may have missed is your traction. So basically, where are you with your actual product? Have you tested it? Do you think it's a minimum viable product? Where are you with that, right? Because that then, just thinking from an investor standpoint, that is where the less confidence or medium or high confidence comes in, right? So definitely innovative product. I agree, Nepal needs something like this. Living in Nepal myself, very much needed. Young people, smart people, but not enough jobs here, right? This is an amazing solution. Can you tell me a little bit about your traction, like what you've done to test your product, and what kind of responses you've received? Thank you.
So currently, our product, we have a prototype in a WordPress, created in WordPress in www.skilltruck.com. However, we wanted it to be in a better language, in a better coding language, and we wanted to ensure that all the safety and security were taken care, and the hosting was taken care properly as well. So for that, we are currently in pilot testing, and let me tell you, before this, I work in a company called Talent Connects. In fact, I'm one of the co-founders for Talent Connects, and we are engaged with more than 17,390 job seekers currently, and 50 plus companies in Nepal. And like in the world, IT is the most engaged industry in freelancing. So most of our clients are from IT industry themselves. So this is what our traction is currently, that we are engaged in another platform, but currently we are still in the pilot testing phase, and we will be launching it soon, probably in October.
Very, very 30-second question. Have you heard of a company that is based in Nepal operations, but it's, I believe, managed by a foreign individual called Cloud Factory? Have you heard of a company called Cloud Factory?
Yes, they are our customers actually.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, very good.
Sarita ji.
Thank you for the wonderful presentations and great initiations. Actually, the freelancers like us need this platform. But How can you see the market if there are more number of freelancers signing in your platform and less job available? How can you just correlate them?
Okay, ma'am. So our first, let me tell you about we have two segments of customers. One is freelancer and one is the employers. So for freelancers, I think you already got the figures. However, for employers, our first primary employers are the SMEs and MSMEs that are currently operating in Nepal, and there are 35,000 plus SMEs, and currently we are already involved with 50 plus companies. So that is our primary segment for the employers. After that, it's the international employers who will be joining the platform. And for that, I can probably tell you with confidence that there are many Facebook groups of Upwork Nepal, Freelancer, and Truelancer, where people who are already signed in, and people who are already signed in, they are looking for freelancers to employ back here in Nepal as well. So people who are earning a lot, I mean, they are bringing in the international employers as well. So these are my primary segments, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Sharmeen, and thank you, Jury, for your Q&A session.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, now I would like to request Nikita Acharya from U.G.Bazaar to hop in, and we will be playing her video now. So Nikita, are you there? Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikita Acharya. I'm the co-founder of U.G.Bazaar. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I began my entrepreneurial journey around 8 years back when I was 19. And this is the third venture. Actually, this is the biggest dream that we co-founders saw. And I think I'm very excited to present this venture in front of you guys today. So here's my pitch deck.
Hello everyone, it's such a good feeling that I am able to pitch U.G.Bazaar in front of you guys today. U.G.Bazaar started off as a small online shop back in 2012 when me and my co-founder started to sell accessories online. Then we slowly evolved the business model into selling cakes by being one of the first online bakery in Nepal with the brand name Music Cake. And now in 2020, we have launched our third venture, U.G.Bazaar.com. This is the first social e-commerce platform in Nepal. Why we started U.G.Bazaar? Well, there are a lot of e-commerce platforms in Nepal, but there is a little, too little innovation because all the e-commerce platforms here in Nepal are just using the ready-made framework and listing the same products and pushing it to the consumers. So basically what is happening is all the e-commerce are selling the same products to the same consumers every day and bombarding the same products on the same price. So there's no any innovation left there. And there is no any e-commerce that is user-centric. So there is no any e-commerce which allows consumers to directly buy and sell their products. And there is no any tailored platform for e-commerce where e-commerce can sell a little sophisticated products like customized cakes and automobiles as well. And that's where U.G.Bazaar comes in. U.G.Bazaar is a result of pure technological innovation which we created over the years of R&D, and we hope to make the lives of businesses as well as users very easy and convenient by allowing them an open platform to sell their products. And since we are user-centric, we also allow the end users to sell their products and get connected with other users to buy and sell the products. So we have also created a system where users can not just connect with other users, but also can send gifts to their loved ones, to their family and friends directly through our platform. So this is our MVP for the consumer application. The third picture shows how the consumers can manage their bids, offer, and also sell tickets to the event if they have. And not just buy and sell, they can also get engaged in fun activities like creating quiz contests and selling and sharing this with their friends and family to stay engaged. This is our seller dashboard where the sellers can manage their inventory, where they can post their vacancies and also track the orders they have sent out to the consumers. Our major product lines are as I have mentioned before, we have three major product line, and if I have to list them in points, the first is retailing, just like traditional e-commerce, but with a hint of technology and innovation, where we have allowed the sellers to easily maintain their own dashboard, maintain their own profile, and where they can easily get the feedback from the consumers, and where they can easily answer to any queries consumers have towards their business. Second is automobile sales and services, where we have allowed our users to compare the price of available automobile in Nepali market. Third is C2C marketplace, where consumers can directly buy and sell the products. So this is our financial projection for the next 5 years, and we hope to achieve this through our revenue model, where we'll be taking 5 to 25% commission on each sale by registered businesses, 20 to 25 commission on through automobiles. Since this is a tailored business, the commission is relatively higher, and we have ad spaces for every deals and products that is available in the businesses, which we can feature on our platform. So there are a lot of ways where we can generate revenue through ads. The market of e-commerce is getting really high, especially in this past 6 months. The total market was $75 million US, and it is growing every day, and it is growing at an exponential number. The number of people using internet service is also rising, and also there is an untapped market of C2C marketplace, where users are willing to sell their products online. So we are hoping to tap that market. And there is another unexplored market of automobiles in online industry, where the fact remains that the automobile is generating 30% of the total government revenue, and it is growing at the rate of 29% every year. So this is where we want to tap in and explore the market. This is our company structure. We started as 2 co-founders. Now we are a team of 50 youths working together for the same mission. And we have been growing since forever, and we want to grow a little faster this time. So hence we require funds to upgrade our platform, warehouse, and purchase of delivery vans. And we want to make this thing happen not just here in Nepal, but we also want to grow globally. And hence we need your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikita. That was really wonderful presentation. Hope all the audience and even us, we can use the website and buy like wonderful things from there as well. So over to you, juries. Okay, there is one update. I think Nikita ji would like to do on her presentation.
Yeah. Actually, there is a slight mistake in the last slide where it's written $5 million US. It's actually 5 million Nepali currency. It's 500,000 US. I'm so sorry for that.
Sure, no worries. Over to you, juries. Tenzin ji.
Thank you, Nikita ji, for again a very informative and nice presentation. So like you pointed out, it is a pretty competitive landscape, I guess, even for a pretty small marketplace like when I say small, I'm comparatively speaking to international markets, but still a sizable market. You've done really well, I think, in the last couple of years, made an excellent brand for your company, so on and so forth. I'm still wondering kind of how the plan is, your strategy is to outdo or kind of carve out a certain market share for your company. We have some obvious market players who are big, who have really good funding from international companies such as Daraz, which is a Alibaba-owned company, just one example, and others we can list. Not to say that you don't have an opportunity, but I'm just kind of as a strategy, how you plan to always have a certain market share carved out for your business.
Thank you, sir, for the question. Actually, it took us around a decade to come this far, and we have been building this from the root. So, a lot of products are what we manufacture ourselves, and For example, cakes. Cakes, and we have tailored system for other foods as well, so we can add food products too. So we are since we are using our own, we have built our own system. We have been self-dependent in technology as well since the very inception, so it will be very easy for us to grow further. So our aim is to collaborate. If we can bring funding, if we just don't want to stick in Nepal, because this business model is quite unique for if we compare to nearby neighbors as well, because we are a social e-commerce and we want our consumers to interact as much as they want. We want to bring on a lot of traffic, and we want to provide consumers to sell their products as well. So e-commerce is just one part, Daraz is one part, food mandus, not all the products right now, but cakes are one part, and we have already built a customized system. If you look at our website, you can see the website, it allows you to customize your own cake, which none of the e-commerce in Nepal can do. So we have built our own system that is very different from the current e-commerces, and as a consumer, it will be very easy for you to shop from a same e-commerce, right? So you can shop the cakes, the gifts, the other products that other e-commerces are providing from the same platform. So I think it will be a quite unique business model here.
Over to you, Leanne.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. I have a, so Nikita, can I clarify, when you talk about automobile sales, this is delivery services, right? Okay, got it. So I have a question around the commission. So you said that you take between 5 to 25% commission fee, but then also 20 to 25% for the delivery services. Why the big spread, and what is the difference?
Leanne, I think my presentation was trying to say that it is 5 to 25 for the e-commerce module, where like the traditional e-commerce which sells other vendors' product, and it is around 25% margin for the automobiles, because automobiles, they have a huge margin. So we'll be gaining our 25% of the revenue through automobile, because they are willing to spend. They spend a lot. So that's for the automobile. And for the C2C sector, there are other platforms to earn.
So thank you. I understand that. But why is there such a big difference between 5% to 25% spread?
Actually, we wanted to we did not even want to take any percent in the e-commerce model. We wanted to bring in the vendors so that we could bring a lot of vendors tied up with us and work together. But we had to take minimum amount just because to maintain the technology, to just for that, for the operation. So our
Understand.
Yeah.
But is there a difference between when you take 5% from somebody versus you take 25% from somebody? And could you give me an example of both of those scenarios?
There is 5% for the fashion industry or clothing lines. So we will not will be just taking minimum amount where the product margin is little less. So it depends on the range of product final price. So that's how we are trying to divide the margin. Did I clear myself, or?
I think now Sarita ji will be questioning you.
Thank you, Nikita, for wonderful presentations. And you've been in the market since very long. We have been hearing about U.G.Cakes. Okay, so you are trying to not only limit it to the Nepal, you want to go in international markets. It's better to go in Asia region, but there is, for e-commerce business, there is payment issue already, like in our country. So how are you planning to solve the payment issue from the international market?
Thank you, Sarita ma'am, for the question. Our target for the international would be a long-term vision. Right now, we are focusing on Nepali market itself, and unless we polish our system properly here, we'll definitely won't be able to compete internationally for sure. So for that, we are polishing the system that can work in Nepali market first, and then maybe so if we get international partners who are willing to work with us, then that's the long-term vision we are aiming for. That's the next dream of ours. So for right now, we are looking in the Nepali market, and we are trying to grow in Nepali market itself.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, juries, and thank you, Nikita ji, for your wonderful presentation and the Q&A session. Now, last but not the least, now we have our another startup, that is Zite. Let me present Nikita Rajbhandari ji. So, hi, Nikita.
Namaste, everyone. I am Nikita Rajbhandari, co-founder and CMO at Zite, which is our platform that is being presented today. My role with Zite basically juggles between marketing and deploying the tool and training and onboarding of users and clients. I'm a social work graduate by profession, and I have over 6 years of experience working in the development sector, particularly around technology and innovation. Prior to this, I was the product manager at UNOPS for an innovation project. It is an honor to present here today alongside such phenomenal, strong women. And before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank Leanne, Helena, Sumani ji, and the entire team of She Loves Tech and Unlimited Ventures for organizing this amazing event. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Namaste everyone, this is Nikita Rajbhandari representing Zite, an integrated remote monitoring and resilience planning platform. As Nepali, we can all remember where we were on the 25th of April 2015 as the ground started shaking. On that day, nearly 9,000 people perished and more than 1 million structures damaged and destroyed, including more than 700,000 houses, 30,000 classrooms, and more than 90% of the health facilities in those affected areas. Lucky for us, in retrospect, was the fact that the earthquake hit on a warm Saturday morning when schools were empty and families were outside. It's hard to think about, but you can imagine the devastation if those 30,000 classrooms were full, if women had been cooking in ground floor kitchen, and if families were asleep. After action reports on the Nepal earthquake showed that more than 85% of the building collapse could be attributed to poor building practices, failures to comply with building codes, follow standard procedures, or address health and safety requirements. Of the estimated damaged buildings, 26% of the households were female-headed, 375 health facilities covering 1.4 million women and girls of reproductive age were affected. An estimated of 93,000 women were pregnant when the earthquake struck. Infrastructure is not gender neutral. The gaps in access to good infrastructure and how it is designed, built, and run affects men and women differently. Poor infrastructure in developing countries like Nepal not only costs women and girls time and opportunity, but also jeopardize their overall safety. We have launched Zite to improve the quality of project delivery throughout Nepal and across the world. We want to help teams build projects that are safer for us and that contribute to a more resilient community. Our product works by building a loop between teams working in the field assigned to deliver projects and managers, engineers, technicians who can ensure the quality and safety of these projects. Teams based on site record work as it is being completed. As they collect data, they are prompted to collect key information related to the quality of the project, health and safety consideration on the site, and other critical indicators specific to that project. Each submission can be reviewed in real time by project management and technical teams, often based remotely, who can flag issues and send comments back to field teams. Through the app, remote and on-site teams can have a back and forth dialogue between key issues until they are resolved. All of this and the project data is further provided to teams to help with overall management, planning, and decision making. real-time maps, dashboard, and they provide snapshots of progress, and custom reports and APIs helps team use and generate their data for an unlimited number of reporting, overnight and oversight and management applications. Over the course of the next 10 years, the Asian Development Bank projects between 1.7 to 2.5 trillion US dollars that will be invested in infrastructure projects in South Asia alone. Ensuring these projects are built to quality standards is critical to their ability to deliver the economic development and community resilience they are targeting. We will offer Zite through a SaaS model, and we plan to work with all key actors in space, including governments, private companies, and international organizations. To start, we are targeting South and Southeast Asia and investment in infrastructure, climate mitigation, and environmental restoration. Improving the quality of project delivery, that is ensuring quality, is essential to realizing the process of these investments. We already have one key client in Bangladesh where we will be working on service delivery in the Rohingya refugee camps, and we are actively in conversation with governments and development banks in multiple countries. My colleague and I come from a background of technology, development, and humanitarian response. For the past 4 years, we have been working with the UN in deploying tech solutions that improve the quality of post-disaster reconstruction on more than 100,000 sites in Nepal and across the world. We registered as a B Corp with offices in Thailand and Nepal. We launch our first version next week, and we will onboard our first users shortly thereafter. As we demonstrate the utility and demand for our product, we plan to seek further support for growth and scaling, both by participating in accelerators and through funding or investment. With Zite, we are building on our experience and expanding our horizon to offer a tool that will immediately help teams deliver better projects today, while also starting to build a culture of data and accountability that will help them better deliver the social and economic development that can build resilience to challenges for tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikita, for such a wonderful presentation. I would like to request the juries now to take the lead.
Okay, I guess I can start with my my first question. Very good job, Nikita ji, for a wonderful presentation and a really cool tool. I was quite excited seeing it because I'm involved with a few hydropower projects, and management and governance is always such a big issue there. So I was trying to foresee how this could be used there. My question is more, again, what kind of actual traction? So I'm trying to understand from a user standpoint, right? So conceptually, I understand your project seems, so your tool and platform very interesting and seems applicable. But because I have not personally tried it, right? And so it's always different, a conceptual understanding versus practical application. And if it connects and seems, then that's perfect, right? So what kind of research have you done from a user standpoint? And what kind of feedback have you received? I believe you said you have one customer in Bangladesh or elsewhere. Why did they sign on? How are they using it? And just trying to better understand your traction and application towards users. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. In terms of users and market, engineering projects spend over 5% of projects fixing errors and redoing bad work. Health and safety violations on sites can cost companies anywhere from $10,000 to $4 million USD. And collapse infrastructure is the largest cost after post-disaster recovery. So using just that 5% figure, the market for tools to improve work is massive. In South Asia alone, between 170 billion to 250 billion US dollars will be invested in infrastructure projects each year over the next decade. Based on the 5% figure, that means 8.2 to $12 billion will be spent fixing mistakes. So reducing this figure even in half and capturing some of the residual value suggests a potential market in South Asia alone for these tools, which could go to over like 400 million US dollars per year. As we talked about, we already have started getting traction. We are providing a SaaS model. The data we generate may open up other opportunities as well. However, we will only explore these after we have gained significant traction from the core product. Our first user is from IOM Bangladesh. They will be using this for service delivery across Rohingya refugee camps. Apart from that, we have also been finalized for development bank sponsored technology competitions, which will be a key selling point for both small and enterprise level users. So we will continue to find low-cost ways to gain validation and endorsement from key players in sectors, especially from large development banks and projects. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Nikita, for such a wonderful presentation. Also, Asian Development Bank, specifically Asian Development Bank Ventures, is one of our global sponsors. And so they are our official impact partner, and they actually look at every single one of our Asian startups. So they will be looking at all of your startups. Thank you again. Really, really interesting. I also had just a very similar question, right, about the first users, and now that you've answered it, maybe you could tell us how you plan to really expand and which regions will be of importance to you.
Can I get the question again? I'm sorry. How are you planning to expand in regions?
So how are you planning to expand and to scale, and which countries or which regions are going to be of a particular interest to you?
Okay. So in terms of growth and scaling up, we are looking forward to setting up our operations beyond Asia, obviously, especially in Africa and Latin America, and build regional support offices to start engaging more aggressively. Apart from that, expanding and building AI tools for analysis to help users use data is also in our pipeline. Basically ensuring that we establish Zite as a core data collection platform for infrastructure and site-based project monitoring globally. So we just don't want to stick in Asia. We definitely want to grow and scale and want to make project management simplified across every project, across every sector. So that's our longer term goal. Apart from that, our longer term goal is also to offer a community portal, which will actually allow participation from a wider populace.
Just one follow-on question. So that's a longer-term goal. In terms of just your shorter-term goals as well, you have your first customer, IOM in Bangladesh. And I know that you very briefly described some of the other people that you're talking to. Can you tell us maybe, you know, in the next, in terms of like the next couple of months, who you are most likely going to be signing on, and what would your second, third, fourth project look like?
Okay. So obviously our first client is IOM Bangladesh, and they will be using it across their projects. Beyond IOM, we are finalists for 2 technical competitions. One is the Asian Development Bank competition for digital impacts. And the other is a Government of India-based project with World Bank, which is called Tech Emerge. So these 2 are very recent in our pipeline. Apart from that, we are also presenting in an event called Build It Middle East, which is one of the largest competition across Middle East. And it has a huge network of people from construction industry, infrastructure industry, working around innovations, introducing like cooler stuff to do monitoring across these sectors. So those 3 are one of our most recent projects that we'll be working after in the coming months. For the IOM project, this is starting in October, and the timeline for the project is 10 months.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita, for a wonderful presentation, and really nice tool, I guess, as it's going all over the world. So did I miss or something? Did you mention about your team members? And 2 questions are there. Did you mention your team members? And also, right now, how are you getting response from the market? Like how can you see your product at the moment? We can see your long-term goal, but at the moment, how are you getting feedback from the market? Can you explain a little bit?
So I'd like to answer the first question first. Our team basically has humanitarian actors, development sector professionals, as well as technicians. We have a team of 8 developers. 5 of them are full-time and 3 of them are part-time. Apart from that, me and my co-founders, Justin and Arun, were working in this together. We have previous experience before this working for the United Nations. We developed a tool there as well, which is being used as a global corporate tool across the UN ops for monitoring their infrastructure projects. Your second question, I'd like to answer your second question. We already have a lot of traction and interest coming through. As I said in my pitch earlier as well, we have gotten interest from different organizations, not just humanitarian organizations, but development grants and private agencies as well. Currently, we're talking with almost 30 different organizations from different sectors, and we can indicate widespread applicability as soon as we launch our product in October.
Thanks.
So thank you.
May I just ask a 15-second question? I may have missed. I apologize. Did you make ask clear? Like, so we got a basic understanding of your business. So what are you looking for next in terms of external investments, plans for growth? What is your specific ask or need?
I think in terms of growth, as I mentioned before, we are looking to set up offices in different regions, offices in different countries, trying to build more analysis tools and more AI tools to make our tool better, that can be integrated with more projects. So yeah, that's what our basic growth strategy is for now: expansion and building the tool with other key elements and other key features that will just refine the tool even more and make it more robust.
And have you identified what that cost might look like? Just
Exactly. Exactly. That is where we need your help. That is why we're applying for different funds and accelerators and investments. We're looking for opportunities every day.
Thank you.
So thank you, jury members, and thank you, Nikita ji, for a wonderful presentation. Now we are done with all our startups, 5 startups. Thank you all of you. So meanwhile, the jury will be evaluating you guys, and we will have our next presentation. So I would like to invite our CEO, Alan sir, to give his wonderful presentation about how Unlimited has come across so far and how we have been doing and about our various works so far. So please, I would like to request sir to hop in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumani. Really excited to be here and go through some of the wonderful presentations. I think pleasantly impressed with the quality of the startups that have come across over the number of years, having seen this sector grow. Just doing a voice check. Am I audible? And is my screen? Can you see my screen? Can someone just unmute yourself and let me know if you can hear me and whether you can see my screen as well?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this year, over the number of years, we started our journey with She Loves Tech last year with the first maiden venture last year. And then this year, despite all of the hardships, despite all of the difficulties, and not being in one physical place, we still decided to go ahead to see that the whole economy needs to be and business needs to continue growing as we do and continue expanding as we do. the jury members are in a different room discussing about your presentations, your business models, and to see how you can move on to the next phase. I think if you look at the she economy, it's interesting how it's changing dynamics over the number of years. More and more, especially in Nepal, if you look at it, the strings on the purse of the economy, or at least at the household level, is with the female. When 1/3 of the population nearly is outside the country and sending money back home. And that money is now controlled by women, whereas in the past it was with men. I think this so-called she economy, we're seeing more and more entrepreneurs, at least in the handicraft sector, being controlled by women in Nepal. If you look at all of the economic development in happening, so at least also in the tech field, we are seeing more and more female CEOs coming into the field. And even within my organization, we are 200 plus at the moment, and quite a few managers are females and have been doing very well and moving on. At Unlimited, I just wanted to start off with my coordinates and active on social media. You can connect with me on both Facebook and LinkedIn. But with Unlimited, we started 28 years ago with a simple vision of making computers work for you. I came back from the US in April, and then within a couple of months, we set up a very small company. And right across, we've always believed in how do we give back to the society, and then always focused on the youth. And truly believe that we can play our own small role in transforming caterpillars to butterfly. In that process, we looked at, as a company, we looked at saying, what are the different interventions that we can do with capacity building? How can we build the knowledge and the skills and upskill people in newer technologies? And looked at how can we work with the youth in doing this? We worked very closely with industry giants like Microsoft, and then continued working with saying, and trying to bring across all of the initiatives that Nepal needs. About 11, 12 years ago, we started working on entrepreneurship development, and took a small team within my organization to Miami, Florida, to go through a training to understand that how can we look at developing entrepreneurs, developing startups, developing venture capitalism, developing training skills, and looking at how do we build this. So within the organization, that over the number of years that we've built in, with the core being Unlimited, we've expanded and moved on. Elaine Memorial Foundation is our nonprofit wing where we help with education sector. We help with computer labs in rural schools. We've done over 108, 109 computer labs with 20 computers each. Picosoft is a connectivity project for rural areas in Thading, in very remote areas where there's no connectivity that we can connect with even 3G or even 2G. We've done wireless connectivity to the household level and to the government ward offices and public libraries and parks there. We ventured out into fintech area about 2 years ago, and we started with eDeva being a wallet for Imperial Savings and Credit Cooperative Limited, our own cooperative bank, to be able to do savings and credit products, and then moved on to interlinking remittance from overseas, primarily North America, US, Canada, and Europe, all of the 28 countries in Europe, and UK. We still need to get a new license for UK after Brexit, but that's where we stand. Then we moved on into education sector. We acquired a school called, two schools actually, and then converted that into Elaine Memorial School, and have a full-fledged school going on with over 600 students learning at with the latest use of technologies, being a Microsoft school, and yet at the same time looking at extremely low prices for the school. We have a joint venture software development wing with a Japanese partner called Alien Systems, and Unlimited Cloud is operational in all of the economies in Asia to distribute and work with Microsoft. We have our unlimited cloud US operations out of Texas, and we have the unlimited cloud operations out of Singapore. And we are looking at now the another RegTech solution out of Singapore coming on. And again, I'm going back into my startup era and developing my own startup onto the RegTech area and doing my pitches as well. So with unlimited cloud, I think the way that we work with is right scope in all of the whole APAC countries and trying to see how we work with Microsoft and also go onto the distribution and sales of Microsoft products at the same time co-selling along with Microsoft product and having our product on top and having Microsoft do the sales as well. We have quite a bit of online assets, but I'm not going to get into the each of the areas. We build quite a bit of solutions and web assets to look at it. But in terms of this venture that Sumani leads for us, we do a monthly Kathara Beta series. So every month we bring in an inspirational person, someone that we can look up onto, and someone that we hope that will inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs, and we bring people in. One time I remember when we had Biswas Dakal from eSewa come and talk in Kathara Beta, he clearly mentioned that the culture that he's established in his organization is to have everyone call him Dai, and for him to also call everyone Dai, so that even if it is Pune or his tea-making person asked for salaries because he didn't have a good enough revenue to pay salaries on time, and because he was calling him Dai, the pressure for timely salaries was not there. So different techniques of different startups used. And every month we continue with this. We have a one-day training called Ventures Day where we teach people about how to think outside the box and to start looking at innovation and looking at how they could get into their own ventures. Then we move on to a Ventures Week, where within 1 week they would learn how to convert that small spark of an idea that they get and to put that into a business plan and start working on, and how do they, and then at the end of the week they would come out with a document that they think that they would like to take out onto the market. They would build a canvas around it. They would do some testing of the product onto the market, and at the end of the week they would have something that they would like to get into and also vetted by the market to see, is this something that they would like to develop. We have the acceleration program, the pre-accelerator, where within this 3 months of what we call a kind of a mini MBA program, where they will be working not only on case studies of other organizations, but their own case study, developing the product and making it MVP ready. So over the 3 months full-time project program, they would be creating their solution. We have a mentoring program. The online mentoring was not very successful in the past. Both the mentors as well as our startup entrepreneurs didn't take it seriously, but we hope now post-COVID, I think the online mentoring might be a little more successful. We have incubated. We tried to do an incubation space in the past, but we've not been very successful, even though we had space for 8 companies. It went off well, but then later on it petered off. And we are now creating a little more newer program for 2021 on incubating companies, physical locations, and how helping them for a certain period of time so that that runway that they have could get increased with no investments that they need. We've got a small impact fund at a very small startup level that we put some seed funding, extremely small seed funding onto the company so that the first level of seeding that they have, and then they could go on to the next level to find their angels and find their other investments or even debt financing that if they can. And then, of course, we run with 3 competitions. Seed Stars is one of them. She Loves Tech is one of them. And then Get in the Ring is one of them. So 3, we hope that we'll take the best startups from Nepal and take them to the world and get them to be more multinationals later on when they go through the journey. And then we've been doing this over and over again. Everything in this program is free of cost, except for the pre-accelerator program where they have to deposit 10,000 rupees. If they complete the 3 months of program, they get that 10,000 rupees back. And so far, I think over 60 companies that have gone through this program, everyone has gotten their money back, except for one company that we had an issue with. But because the founder had a motorcycle accident and he was not able to complete the program, we still returned the money for him. But the point is not to get the money, but the point is to make sure that people are serious about going through the program and investing their 3 months onto themselves, building up their skills, building up their knowledge, building up their product, building up their company, and to be able to take it to the next level and make it, if hopefully, successful. We've seen a whole lot of companies that we've invested into, and in a very small manner, and gone big with that. And I think it's clear that that as the logo says, we have the she part and then the Loves Tech part. Both of this is important to be able to create a economy, a she economy, where whether that is directly the impact of that is felt by females, or whether it's started by females and then the impact is for a larger area. But I think all of the solutions that we've seen today, all of the great solutions that have come out from you, I think we're trying to see how do we get you ready now, but they're built for the future. And no one can forecast what the future is, but I think the big challenge is to make you built for the future, make you ready now, and then give you this platform for you to be able to springboard and go to the next level. It's a small effort from our part. It's not going to be a life-changing effort, but we hope that this will, whether you win or not, that's not the issue. Of course, if you win, a few doors might open up. But I think most importantly is for you to have that continuous perseverance, the resilience to face defeat and then to get up and then move forward again, and the perseverance to keep on continuing until you get successful. And for you to be able to say that this is so important for me, I'm so passionate about this that I want to make this successful, and I think to continue on this. And we hope that the competition that we have for in She Loves Tech will open doors for you. We hope that some of the investments that you're seeking for will come up. And I think most importantly, that what I would like to see is some unicorn being built out of Nepal. And of course, that's going to be a very, very high dream to see a $1 billion company come out of Nepal. But again, I mean, definitely it can happen. We still are lacking a lot of elements within the country in terms of policies to make sure that FDI, we are a little more friendly with FDI. B, I think support from the government for in different policies for startups, we're still missing a lot. C, that whole venture capital investment scenario, even though it's come in, I think it's still at the angel level and not at the institution level. And I think D, within the community, within the families that we have, everyone looks upon when you have a bank, financial sector, government, or INGO job that's more respected than when you are bootstrapping and struggling very hard, working 18 hours with no revenue and hoping that you'll be able to change the future and hoping that you'll be able to build and impact a lot of people's lives with the startup idea that you have. I think that's not respected. So the change of the mindset also in our families, in our society, in our community is also required for us to make you ready now and build you for the future. I think the next 18 months for you, the next couple of years for you is going to be extremely difficult, extremely tough. Many times it's going to be cash flow issues. Many times it's going to be times when you get up and say, this is hopeless. It's not getting me anywhere. I don't see a future. I would have been better off by working for another company and getting a steady salary than working on something that could hopefully make it big and give my investors 5x, 10x profits. And in the process, I also get my revenue, my valuation, my profits 5x or 10x. unlike other countries, I'm in Singapore at the moment, and unlike in Singapore or other countries, I think the challenge, the aspirations of startups and entrepreneurs is always to look at saying, how do I increase my valuation? This is where I want to be perceived in terms of what the value that I have. And it's calculated with the number of customers you have. It's calculated from the perception of the future business that you could generate. And it's also calculated at your super laser focus onto the thing that you're doing and your team and the amount of new innovation or research and development that you have within your product, your understanding of the industry, and your traction of being able to get new customers and being able to build onto that. Unfortunately, I think Nepal is not ready for that yet. And the only way that you could make a profit is by increasing your income and reducing your expense and making the profit in between and showing that to your investors as a potential for being invested upon, not the perception of the value that you can create for yourself, but I think the perception of the profit that you can make onto your business and then to grow on that. And these are different. So when you're talking to a foreigner and someone that comes from the venture capital mindset, it's so different than when you're talking to an investor in Nepal who's looking at how much profit are you getting. They don't see the future, but what they're looking at is your past balance sheets, and they're looking at on a very banker and a bean counter perspective, saying, what is your balance sheets like? How much have you, what's your run rate? What is the amount that you're burning at, and for how long do you have a runway for? And at what time do you close down if you don't get more investments? And I think that's a very fast-looking feature, and then to look at the future and move forward. So different perspective, and I think slowly you would also learn to speak the language of the person that wants to hear. And we hope that She Loves Tech becomes a great platform for you to leapfrog and move forward. That's all I have for now. If I think, I don't know whether questions are allowed, but please go ahead, unmute yourself, and you could ask questions as well. So please unmute yourself if you have questions, and I would, so if there's any questions or comments, things like that, I would be more than happy to answer them. I think our jury is not done yet, so I still have some time and hopefully to be able to look at. So for any of you, do I see some questions? What is the scope of herbal products? I'm not an expert on this, but like any other sector, any other industry, I think definitely there is a market. But again, I mean, having not really been an expert for herbal products, I don't know. But if you look at it, every sector, I think there's a scope, there's a market. This is a story that I keep on telling everyone. A Coke shop, the product is the same. They sell YY, they sell Coke, they sell the same products in every corner. Why is it that there is one successful Coke shop, one successful Kirana shop that is able to make a lot of profit? He's able to put his children into a boarding school, ride a motorcycle, and have a successful life. Whereas the other Coke shop right across the street is not able to do it. I think it's all about the drive that the CEO has. It's all about the drive that and the management skills, and then the operational skills. I'm sure similarly, I think herbal products also has a market for it. I don't know. I'm not an expert on herbal products, and I don't know what it is. But definitely, I think the way I see it, it all depends on how you package it, how you're different from the other market, and what your USP, unique selling point is, and how do you plan to use, especially in today's world, technology to be able to make it easier and create a value for your customers. I have another question here on the chat box that says, sir, I would like to know, as a software startup founder, how should I be pitching about possible seed investment after creating an MVP? Thank you. I think the whole purpose of the MVP is for you to look at saying, it's for you to prove when you go to the market to see what changes do you need so that the customer, your customer, is able to understand the uses of the product. Many times what happens is your focus and your thinking about the product is so different from the thought of the customer, and you need to, and this is where you might pivot your business and completely change it so that it fits onto the market. Your thought processes about what the market needs could be so different from the reality. And I think that the challenge is for you to look at saying, when you have and then also for you to pitch to the investor, because each of the investor could be different. And when you're looking at seed investments, it's normally very small. They want to test the waters. They want to see it. They want to see how your commitment onto the field is. And my experience about working with the young people in Nepal is, the attention span is very, very short. I meet people and then I meet them, I chat with them on social media. After 6 months, 9 months, a year, they have changed their idea totally. I've met people in different competitions, and in every competition they have a different idea and totally different business model, and their commitment onto the same is very different. So I think stick to one area and then push for it until you're able to continue doing it, and until you get some success. And so I think with that, the jury is done. They have the announcement for the top 3, and I'm going to pass it over to Sumani to take over from here. However, I'm going to still allow one last question. I hope the jury is coming back into this room soon, and allowing them to another 30 seconds or a minute before they come into the room. So if anyone has any questions, please do ask. And then by the time, I think Sumani is already in the room, and then she can take over, and then the drum rolls can begin, and then the excitement of the top 3 we can announce.
Before somebody asks their last question, can I just say thank you so much, Alan. It's just been such a pleasure to work with you the last 2 years. It was so fortunate to be working with Unlimited. Unlimited has been amazing partners to us, and we are so thankful to be able to do this together in Nepal. So thank you very, very much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And we truly believe that Nepal needs more opportunities for our youths, for our startups. And we hope that this will be a landing page, as a lot of startups have shown. Hopefully that with She Loves Tech, this is going to be a gateway for a Nepalese. And I hope before I die, I'll be able to see one Nepali unicorn at least. At least one Nepali unicorn that has gone $1 billion valuation. It's a tough call.
Let's hope that that's going to be a She Loves Tech startup, okay?
Yes.
A She Loves Tech Nepali startup.
Yes. So hopefully. So I think over to you, Sumani.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you for such a wonderful presentation, and thank you for the juries and all the startups who have shown up and done a really good job. We had a really tough time. The juries had really tough time evaluating. There was quite some discussion regarding the top 3. So I would also like to thank the audience who have been such a good audience to listen to us, and they've been coming up with the queries, and so it was all good. So I would like to request our juries. They will be announcing the top 3, going with the third one first, second, and the winner. So I hope you guys all the best, and let's hear it. Let's hear it from the juries. So on the countdown of 3, 2, 1, I would like to request all the juries to say the name of the startup starting from third one. So we have
all the jury members is going to answer one by one.
Sorry, Sarita-ji, were you saying?
It's all the jury members are going to announce the winners.
It's
or
all the three all together on the countdown of 3 to 1. They will be announcing the third one. So all the startups, fingers crossed.
What's the background noise there?
That's the drum roll. That's the drum roll music.
Somebody's counting money.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's making me nervous. Okay. So in third place, we have, ready?
Yes.
Ready? In third, oh, no more drum roll. It's okay. Okay, thank you. So in third place, we have, ready? 1, 2, 3. U.G.Bazaar.
U.G.Bazaar. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. For that, congratulations, U.G.Bazaar. You've done a great job, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Should I please, hello?
Feel free to say a
now,
few words if you want to.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure and honor to receive get this like a position of third position. So thank you very much to all the judges, and thank you to She Loves Tech team for having me here, for allowing me to participate. Thank you to Unlimited Venture for the opportunity, and thank you everyone. And good luck to the rest of the participants. Thank you.
Good luck. All the best.
So before I start with the next one, I'd like to request all the startups to open their cameras and let us see you, all of you.
Yeah, let's see in gallery view. Are they excited or not? We are not able to see them in the same view, right?
I know. And as Sumani had said, we really had a really tough time deciding.
Yeah.
Everybody was so good. We really had a really tough time.
I guess we are more nervous than the startups, right?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go with the second runner-up. The first runner-up, sorry. So,
Sumani, can you please ask technical team to display all the startups video in one window so that we can see their expression, you know?
So yeah, you can select. You can select and change instead of speaker view. You can click it and then you can select see everybody in one. You just do that on your screen.
Yeah, okay.
We can do that later after the winner announcement to click a picture together. So that won't be a problem. So yeah, let's move forward to the second place. So juries, all over to you.
Okay.
So let's get the drum rolls in.
Again.
So we have the
Sumani, I think drum roll could just go like for 3 seconds.
It's okay. So in second place, it's a really tough decision, but in second place we have 1, 2, 3.
Skilltruck. Yes, congratulations, Skilltruck. You've done a really great job and it's really good initiation.
So Charmaine, would you like to share some words? How you feel
thank you,
right now?
thank you so much, Judy, for coming up, and for She Loves Tech for giving us such a platform to at least present our idea and to know, like, going through the journey. Just making this presentation was such a eye opener for me personally. Going through the data and what's viable, what's not. So it was a lovely learning journey as well for me. And I wish good luck to all the other team, and I hope the best one wins. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, cost of the startup. So, any guesses?
Yeah, you can raise your hand. Who thinks is winner?
So any guesses from the audience who they want to see the winner? Is there anyone?
I think participants can guess or write in chat, right?
I think we can just continue with just announcing it.
Sure, just giving a little suspicious, just to hold this tight. Okay, so let's get the drum roll ready and our winner. And our winner So
the winner is 1, 2, 3.
Jai!
Right!
Yes,
Oh.
congratulations, Jai. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Yeah. Are you sweating?
I'm literally about to cry, so I'm sorry.
Don't cry, please. It's really a great moment, and you've done a really good job. I wish you all the best and represent Nepal in international market, and you can do it.
Yeah, so we'd like to hear it from you, Nikita. How are you feeling?
Wow. Thank you so much, the entire She Loves Tech team and Unlimited Ventures for this opportunity. Against such strong competition, I really do have to count myself lucky to win. And I would like to thank me and my entire team for this, for their support, and the entire jury as well. From the very onset of this competition, I was particularly pleased to even be a part of such an inspiring competition. Winning is the whole another level. I'm sure we will do justice to this, and we will definitely, this is definitely a big push and encouragement for the entire team. And yeah, I would also like to thank our co-presenters and finalists. A very, very good luck to all of you. You all are doing a remarkable job. And I wish to see more women in technology and innovation in Nepal and throughout the world. Thank you so, so much. Thank you.
I would like to hear some words from the jury itself for Zite.
Yeah, if I may just add, first of all, congratulations to all the 5 participating teams. You know, I know it's a cliche, judges always say it's tough, but it really was a tough decision. That's why it took us quite a while. At the end, it boiled down to a matter of, we had to go down and really question ourselves what the purpose of this competition was. Because in terms of individuals, you all being wonderful women founders of businesses and companies, there was no shortage on that. If we just had to select on that, we won't be able to really select a winner today. But kind of one of the key deciding factors, just so it's clear, was this is part of a broader international competition, right? So this is not just which is a great company in Nepal, it's also which is a great Nepal women-led company which can go international and put us at an international platform, right? So in terms of innovation, scaling, those things were also important in terms of our judging criteria. So I think those are one or two things that helped put Zite in the kind of #1 spot. Not to say that the others were not equally good on so many other fronts, right? But we just felt, if a particular business, if a particular individual is on an international platform competing with 20, 30 other countries, which one can help us put us up there. And the technology component was really important. At the end of the day, Women in Tech is a celebration about women in technology, right? So that was really important. But having said that, congratulations to Zite and all the other participants, right? I was personally really, really impressed. And so congratulations to everyone participating today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, jury. It would have not been possible without yours. I'd also like to hear a few words from Alan, sir, regarding the startup.
Yeah, I had a lot to talk about earlier, and so I think the audience might already be fed up with me. But I was, like I said, I began my presentation saying, "Wow." I mean, I'm ending my presentation saying, "Wow." I mean, it's not about winning, but the level of the quality of the presentations that I'm seeing today, the quality of the business plans that we are seeing. I think the jury must have had. We had to select one winner, but I think all of you up there who've already made it to the top 5, you're all winners. Don't let it stop just because the jury didn't take your name. Don't stop. I think this should be another motivation for you to say that I want to be the next company that's going to be named in the top 3, and then I think that should be the zeal, and then that should be the driving factor for you to make it, and for you to say that definitely I didn't make it this time, but that will not stop me. That should drive you more to say that you want to do more, you want to deliver more. Whatever is missing in your business plan to go international, to go regional, to go beyond Nepal's borders, and to prove to the rest of the world that we are equal, if not better. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir. And I'm like Sir said, everyone is a winner. Like top 5, it's not an easy job. There were like applications which are very nice and unique ideas, and I must say the ideas were really good. And the juries, I must emphasize this again and again, because they had a really tough time selecting the top 3s, and we had quite some discussion. So I'd like to congratulate all of you once again. I'd like to thank the jury members, all like Leanne, Tenzin and Sarita ji, each one of you, the startups who have like come so far. It's not a piece of cake that you have made it through. So it's a really tough job. I'd like to congratulate Nikita ji once again. She will be representing She Loves Tech Nepal 2020 in the global platform, and she will be competing for the equity fee cash prize. So all the best to Nikita ji and all the other startups. I hope we hear a lot about like a lot of good stuffs in future. I'd like to thank our global team, She Loves Tech, who have been supporting us like since so long in each and every phase. I'd like to thank Helena for being there all the time, from like the dry run sessions and from, how it went yesterday. So it was all the jury and the audience.
Sumani, I kind of missed out in my thing. Sumani, thank you for running this, and thank you for running Microsoft in running Unlimited Ventures. I think you're doing exceptional work, and our partnership with She Loves Tech, I think despite all the hardships, despite all the troubles, I think we've just begun to scratch the tip of the iceberg, just on the surface. I think there's so much more to do and so much more to achieve. And I think in future, this is going to deepen to have more opportunities for companies. But Sumani, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now I would like to request all of you to open your cameras. We'll be taking a picture together. That would be great. Helena and Sumit as well. I'd like to thank Sumit, who's on the backend team with me, helping, assisting with the technical stuff. So you can hear all the drum rolls and stuff. He was helping me throughout. So, and all the videos, and yeah, the audience so thank you for being such a wonderful audience and being with us till the last time. So thank you. Let's take a picture together. So, Helena,
yep.
can you also open
you guys
camera?
Camera, then it's fine. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be great if we could have like the logos there. So it's okay. So let me take a photo. Everybody, please have
cheese.
Say cheese.
3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Yay.
Okay, yay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Unlimited, for giving me this opportunity. Congratulations, all top 5 startups. You were not less than anyone, but it was really hard time to select one of the top. And congratulations, Zite, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavor, and all the participants. Thank you very much for having me here.
We will keep you guys updated in our Facebook page and the She Loves Tech page as well. Please like our page and to hear the updates about how the program is going through and how Nikita will be proceeding further and other stuff. So please like our Facebook page to get the updates, and we'll be in touch with you, all of you. So that's a great job that you guys are doing. All the best, all of you. So to you, that will be all from our end. Thank you for such your time and effort and energy. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a good
Thank you for
day.
all the judges.
It
Thank you
was
all for
really
Thank you,
nice
everyone.
meeting you.
Thank you, and
Yes, very
congratulations,
nice to
everyone.
meet you.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Keep
Tenzin.
going,
And
everyone. Keep going.
Exactly. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, judges.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.